Alright, hello everyone. Hello. And welcome to the stream. Today's one of two gameplay streams that I'll be putting out for you. Yes, indeed, this is Darkside Phil on the stream. Hello and welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully I find you in good health, in good humor, and good fortune, right? If not, well, I certainly apologize that I did not find you in a good situation. But thank you for joining me here on stream today. First of all, before I even start, I will once again tell everyone, yes, I am still under the weather. Yes, I am still getting over this annoying ass cold. I still have these really annoying lingering symptoms. As you undoubtedly already can hear in my voice. And as you will hear over the course of the stream, and I apologize for that, there is nothing I can do about it besides, you know, try to deal with it and come through it, right? Quite honestly, the thing that's annoying me the most isn't even necessarily the congestion itself, but the fact that it's actually giving me a headache. I'm getting an annoying headache because of all the congestion in my head, and I'm trying to get rid of it, but then every time I blow my nose or I choke or something, it comes back, and it's incredibly annoying. But it is what it is. I mean, when you're sick, you deal with it. I'm just happy that I'm so much better than I was the past week where I missed 3 days of gameplay with you guys. I'm happy to be back. So, hello and welcome, everyone. I appreciate the fact that you are here on the stream with me today, and I've got a few things to talk about on pre-stream. First of all, as you noticed, I'm about 15 minutes late. Typically, I start the stream around 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, and I start pre-stream around 12:45. Today, I'm about 15 minutes late. The reason for that, there is a important reason for that. It is because, for the past few days, people have been saying to me, Phil, are you aware that when you're streaming, you don't show up on YouTube Gaming? And why is that? Because initially when you were streaming earlier, you were showing up on YouTube Gaming, and now we have no clue why we can't find you on the site. Like, we're looking everywhere, we can't find you. Do you know what's going on? And quite honestly, my answer to that is no, I didn't understand why I wasn't showing up on YouTube Gaming. People were saying you would search for whatever game I was playing, Metal Gear Solid or Mad Max or whatever, and I wouldn't show up. And this all started on Monday, okay? Previously to that, last week when I was streaming, I was showing up on YouTube Gaming. And I actually think I was getting a nice boost in views from YouTube Gaming for people searching for games and seeing, oh, I'm one of the top people streaming that game, and they would check out the stream. So I looked into it, and I was like, what could have changed? And apparently YouTube tweaked some stuff on Monday, okay? I don't know what they tweaked, but they tweaked something on Monday. And I know this for a fact because if you were watching my stream on Monday, you probably noticed that the viewer count was absolutely out of control. It was bouncing all over the place inexplicably. And people were watching the stream and were like, why does it say that at one point Phil has 100 viewers, then it says he has 300, then it says he has 50, then it says he has 150. Like, this is impossible, right? It makes no sense. It really does make no sense. And so I looked into this and I realized YouTube must have changed something in their algorithm to get streams detected or something. Something screwed up. And I'm not surprised. YouTube typically screws everything up. I'll be honest with you. Whenever YouTube makes a change, they screw up their entire website, and it takes a couple days to get it fixed. Now, in this case, apparently it only took the day to get it fixed, because by the time that Tuesday came around, it seemed that the at least viewer counts were correct again. So that at least was positive. But on the flip side of that, my streams still weren't showing up. And people kept asking me, Phil, why can't we find your streams? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I had a theory. And the theory was that possibly maybe what YouTube has done is they basically made it so that if you stream via the old method, which is the method that I was using to stream on YouTube from November of 2014 until today. It's a completely different page. There's all this information you fill out. And if you weren't using their new method, which they had just instituted about a month ago, that possibly that was the issue, that maybe I needed to stream through the new method. So this morning, well, not this morning, it's afternoon for me. It's afternoon probably for most of you, if not later on in the day. But I decided I was going to try it out. So what I did is I put in different information. I actually used the YouTube streaming the new method. And by using this new method, it actually allows you to put in information on what game that you're playing. And I put in Mad Max, and I did all this. And as from what I'm getting as feedback from the stream chat right now, apparently it's working. People are saying that they're able to see my stream on YouTube Gaming, and that I am, or at least I was, a few minutes ago when they said this, I'm the top stream for people playing Mad Max on YouTube. Now, I'm not surprised, and the reason I really think, even though I only have, right now, according to YouTube, about 250 viewers, I think the reason that I am the top stream for Mad Max is because not a lot of people are using YouTube for streaming. And the reason is, a couple reasons. Number one, because YouTube is not, it's not as easy, excuse me, to do things like, paid subscriptions and stuff that people are used to over on Twitch. You can't embed a donation link on your stream, and there's no button to subscribe or anything like that like there is over on Twitch TV. So if someone's serious about streaming and they want to do it, you know, as a means to make a living, at this point they're probably not going to be doing it on YouTube yet. Because they seem that YouTube is lagging behind Twitch TV in a lot of regards, and that's one of them. Alright, the other thing, and this is the other huge thing that apparently people have been complaining about the past few days as everyone tried to use YouTube streaming, is that YouTube's Content ID match system, its copyright issues system, its claiming system, applies to streaming just like it applies to regular videos. So, you know, a lot of people who upload gameplay videos to YouTube have issues where all their content gets claimed, in particular Nintendo games, and certain songs and things end up getting claimed, and they lose the advertisement rights on those videos. So apparently a lot of people have been trying to stream on YouTube, and they're getting the notices during their streams that, sorry, but, you know, we have identified that this content is in your stream, and therefore it's not your property, and it's going to go to whoever the, you know, the claimant is or whatever. And apparently people are angry at this, because they're like, this is bullshit. You know, I'm live streaming a game, and I'm losing all the rights of my stream while I play it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of expected this was going to happen. Because YouTube has this blanket content ID policy that they apply to everything on the site. And I'm not surprised that it's applying to live streaming just like it applied to on-demand video. It seems to be a logical conclusion that if it applies to everything on YouTube, and then YouTube has this new streaming service, it would probably apply to that too. But I think a lot of people were like, oh, it won't, because I guess Twitch TV doesn't really have that problem. So, of course, you know, if YouTube's trying to compete, with Twitch TV, you would think they wouldn't have it, but apparently they do, alright? However, with me, in my situation, live streaming, guess what? It doesn't apply to me, because I am a managed partner under Machinima. Machinima actually has me under a special contract, where if there's any kind of issue with my content, that they are legally liable, and because of that, I'm protected from content ID matches. So that means I could live stream whatever game I want, whether it's a Nintendo game, you know, an Xbox game, Sony, whatever, any company, and because of that, I don't get content ID matches. So I'm kind of protected, but I am by far the exception to the rule. Most people don't have the arrangement that I have with Machinima. So most people, the common user who's going to try to stream on YouTube, it's not going to work out too well for them. So I'm lucky, and I'm incredibly grateful to have that relationship with Machinima, that they trust me, and that I am able to stream and not have to worry about that, okay? So just to make that clear, that's why I'm streaming on YouTube. I'll also be honest, there's lots of things, shady shit that goes over at Twitch that I don't like. You know, I'm not going to support a website that does that kind of stuff. I'm not. And that's one of the major reasons I left last year. Here I'm able to stream at whatever bitrate I want. I'm able to, you know, focus on gameplay and not have to worry about ridiculous stuff like having to constantly beg for subs and subscriptions and stuff like that. I mention it on a pre-stream, but I don't interrupt my content constantly, and it's not the purpose of my stream is gameplay, not me raising money. And I hope that those people who do turn out to watch my streams daily understand that and appreciate that, okay? So thank you for being here on the stream. We're going to have around 2.5 hours of Mad Max gameplay here on the stream today. Maybe a little more or less, depending on how things go. Okay? Later tonight, I am going to be playing more Metal Gear Solid 5. So for those who've been watching my Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough, that does resume tonight. So thank you for being patient, waiting for that to return. And tomorrow, I think what we're going to do tomorrow is we'll flip-flop the streams. So today it's Mad Max and Metal Gear. Tomorrow will be Metal Gear first and then Mad Max second. Okay, that's kind of what I've decided to do, so that way there's enough variety for everyone. And it's not that I'm overly playing one game over the other or anything like that, okay? Now, I have one final thing that I want to talk about, and I promise I'll try to cover this as quickly as possible. And I think that people will appreciate it. There's a news story in the news today regarding Machinima, who I just mentioned in a very positive light, right? I just mentioned them in a very positive light in regards to the fact that they made me a managed partner, they vouch for me, they allow me to stream on YouTube without content ID. I personally, in my experiences with Machinima as a company, can't complain. They've pretty much, for the most part, been incredibly helpful over the years with all the stuff that's happened to me and my channels and stuff on YouTube. And I really don't have much, if anything, negative to say about them. Every once in a while, maybe they're a little bit disappointing in something that happens particularly, but they've been awesome to me, okay? But Machinima is in a negative light right now, as so is Microsoft, because back in late 2013, during the launch of the Xbox One, there was a campaign that Microsoft launched exclusively with Machinima partners, and quite honestly, it wasn't the campaign that was the issue, it was the fact that they didn't do due diligence to make sure that this campaign, which obviously was going to help promote the Xbox One's launch, was in accordance with all laws, okay, with all things. It wasn't a kosher campaign, and let me explain what I mean by there. Basically what the campaign was first of all, Machinima contacted a few of their bigger partners and said, we have a special opportunity for you if you make some videos in regards to the Xbox 360, hyping up the Xbox 360 in anticipation of the upcoming release of the Xbox One, we will pay you money. Now, what Machinima didn't tell anyone was that, I guess, these videos in the contract said that the people who make them could not say anything negative about the Xbox One or Microsoft at all. So basically the videos had to be 100% positive, but, and here's what was illegal, not the fact that they had to be positive, but the fact that the people who made these videos did not have to disclose that the reason they were making the videos and the reason they didn't say anything negative about Microsoft is because it was in the contract. Think of it this way. Think of it as you watching a McDonald's commercial on TV, and a guy bites into the new McDonald's sandwich and says, that's the best tasting sandwich I've ever seen. But at the end of the ad, there's all this fine print, right, that says, FYI, this is a paid advertisement, these are not legitimate opinions, etc., etc. That legally is what needs to happen in the United States if you're going to have an ad campaign for something where you're going to say things that are totally, positive. It's actually legally required that you do that. Well, unfortunately, it sounds like whoever was involved with setting up this campaign at Machinima and at Microsoft did not do that. They didn't do their due diligence and have it so that the people who made the videos disclosed it. Now, in addition to that, there was also another campaign that was not for these big Machinima partners, but it was for like normal size people. Anyone could do it. That was basically cover the Xbox One, cover Xbox One games when the Xbox One launches, okay? And again, don't mention anything negative about it. You contractually cannot do it, okay? And we'll pay you extra money. And apparently, tons of people signed into this agreement. And there was no disclosure that this was happening, right? When you're watching all these, apparently there were over 300 videos that Machinima published on their channels that participated in this campaign. And apparently none of the videos said, FYI, this is a campaign, a paid advertisement. Completely illegal. You can't do that. You just can't. If you're going to have a paid advertisement, you have to disclose it's a paid advertisement. There's no way around it. In America, you just have to do it. In the United States, it's a legal requirement. You must disclose when you have a paid advertisement. So it didn't happen. The videos came out, and apparently someone got wind of what was going on, submitted the issue to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission of the United States, who then launched a formal investigation for 2 years and finally came to the conclusion today that both Microsoft and Machinima were legally in the wrong. And that I guess there could be damages up to $16,000 or something like that. The legal mumbo-jumbo and the ramifications of the judgment really don't matter. What matters is that, you know, there was a little bit of wrongdoing there. And it's funny because Machinima sent me an email about it this morning. And they said, FYI, the management who was in charge of that campaign no longer even works for our company. We got rid of them. But FYI, you know, if we ever or to do a campaign like that again in the future, we will make sure that all the legal things are covered so that we don't find ourselves in this situation again. It was really just, it wasn't intentional, it was an oversight that they didn't have a legal requirement to disclose that, you know, this was a paid advertisement. And I actually remember in late 2013 when this controversy first hit, a lot of people were contacting me about it and asking me, Phil, what do you think about this? Phil, were you part of this? All right. And my answer, quite honestly, was no. I had nothing to do with this. There was a campaign going on in regards to, you know, the Xbox One and Microsoft, but I didn't participate in anything that had to do with Machinima's channels or anything like that. All my content stays on my channels. It's my content, and I'll be honest with everyone right now. I would never put out one-sided content for the sake of getting paid. I feel that that's kind of, it's discrediting, it's immoral. People come to my videos because they want to see an honest gamer play a game. They don't want to see me kiss a game's ass, right? They don't want to see me kiss a console's ass. They come to my content because they say Phil is kind of like the Joe average gamer. He's not particularly good at games. He kind of sucks at a lot of the games he plays. We want to see what his experiences are with new games. And we like that Phil is honest, right, in his reactions to the stuff that he plays. He's not going to sugarcoat a game for the sake of sugarcoating a game. And right today, I'm going to play Mad Max today, and if the game pisses me off, I'll tell you. And I'll complain, you know, and I'll get pissed off. And that has always been part of my honest experience of content. When you watch my stuff, you know you're going to get my honest feedback on whatever's going on in the game. And, you know, sometimes I'm completely off base. Sometimes I'll rage at something and I'll be unreasonable, but I think a lot of the time I am reasonable. At least I'd like to think that, right? And so I hope you appreciate that about my stuff, that you watch my videos, you're like, wow, Phil's going to give his honest opinion on what he's playing, and we're going to see, you know, what this game is really like in comparison to other games Phil's played, and, you know what I mean. I'm not someone who's going to take a paycheck to kiss a game's ass. So I hope people understand that. I mean, I really don't think there's anyone who's misconstruing and saying, oh, Phil's getting paid to play games. No. I've never been specifically paid to play a specific game. Never happened. If I am involved in any kind of an ad campaign, I will publicly disclose it. Okay? And that's the appeal of my videos altogether, is that I am honest, you know? That's the whole appeal. Why would I change that? Why would I even risk that, right? Why would I risk that for a stupid, cheap payoff? I never would, okay? I hope you understand that. It's so... I like having legitimacy and not saying, you know, people watch my videos, they know that they can at least trust that I'm giving an honest opinion and it's not some kind of a paid advertisement, you know? That's kind of what I cherish about my stuff, is I'm being honest with you. I'm not editing my playthrough to edit out my fails. I'm not making the game look better or worse than it is for views. I'm just playing the game and having fun and giving my honest reactions, and that's what I've always been about, okay? So FYI, I just want to let you know, even I never would have participated in that campaign regardless. I wouldn't have done it. I would never do that. I would never take a paid advertisement, alright? If I did, I would say, this is a paid advertisement before I even fucking start it. Because I do feel that that's what you should do. Imagine if you were watching television, right, and a celebrity came on a talk show and said, this is the best product ever. But then they just didn't disclose that, by the way, they're a spokesperson for that product. How dishonest would that be? You know? So, I would never do that, okay? Just understand that. It's not what I'm about. So, that is the controversy going on right now. I'm not a part of it. I have absolutely nothing to do with it. So you have no reason to ask me, gee, Phil, what do you think? Or are you involved in this or that? I have nothing whatsoever to do with it. And I'm moving forward, positively doing what I do daily, you know. And that's all really I have to say about that, alright? Okay, so everyone, that is it for the pre-stream. I'm going to end it. We're going to get started with Mad Max. Right now, we already have 440 people on the stream and growing. I haven't even started playing the game yet, and we've got 440 people on the stream. That's pretty good. So we'll see what happens. I guess that I am showing up now in the YouTube gaming app and stuff, which I wasn't previously the past 2 days. So we'll see how this affects stuff, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you, everyone, for being here on the stream, and let's get started.